Hi, this tutorial is to help you to learn the basic of Excel to plot in this class, which is 1LC. The example that I'm providing is not related to any experiment you're gonna do this quarter. And we have a column, number one, which is the concentration of silver 1 plus ion in the units of mole. To remember, you always have to including the units right here. And the second column is just absorbance, which is one technique you will be using later on this quarter. And those are the intensities. So this most likely will be used somewhat related to the Beer's law, and you have to use the slope to calculate the constant. In this case, is absorbance constant. So first of all, when you have the data you collected, you have to fix a little bit, fix it out, fix it a little bit, right? In this class, you're taking points for significant figures. So let's see the molarity of the silver 1 plus, right? When you look at it, the first three is a 2 synthetic and the second two are 3 synthetic. If that's the way it's supposed to be, then don't bother to change anything. But in my opinion, most likely the molarity should have the same number of significant figure, because most likely you made them by using M1 V1 equal to M2 V2. So there's a one way that you can fix the significant figure thing. What you do is you right click, go to format cell, and scientific, and because these two are 3 significant figure, and then what you do is you put decimal places with a 2, and you can see that these number 1 through 3, you change from 2 significant figure to 3 significant figure. And absorbance, most likely, are the one that you're reading from the spectrometer. So when you look at those 5 numbers, most likely the reading should be a 2-digit after decimal. However, when you type 2.30, it will give you 2.3, right? So it's not that accurate per se. So what you can do is you go to format cell. This time, instead of going to scientific, what you can do is, because if you go to scientific, right, for example, you say 2, and the last 2 becomes 3 significant figure, even though this should be 3. So let's now do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to numbers, right, and the decimal places will be 2. Just press that. See the 2.3 become 2.30. Now let's plot. The easiest plot, right, will be like this. Just highlight them, insert. Usually we use the scatter. Here we go. And that's your plot, right? You can clean up by deleting these things and make it a little bit bigger. And here we go. Alright, so that's your plot. Usually plot like this, you need to have slope, right? So how you got slope out? Just click one of the data, add the trend line, just display the equation and display the R volume. I suggest you to just put those in like in every graph you're plotting this quarter, because most likely you'll ask you something related to this. And also, if you don't put it, sometimes the point is going to be taken off. All right, so right now we have this, right? We have the plot, we have that, and also the plot like this, right? Do not use something like this, because some plot like, for example, like this. See, if you do like this, right? I cannot really see any data, so it's not really clear. We don't know which concentration you used and which absorbance you had, right? So do not use this kind of plot. Just a scatter is the best way to do. Okay, so that was this, but it's not finished yet. So what we need is a title, right? So in chemistry experiment, what you need in title will include what you do for the what you want to achieve by using the plot, and what chemical you use, right? So for this one, you probably can say Beer's law plot for Ag plus by using concentration versus absorbance, right? So that will be a inclusive title. And now we're gonna fix the axis a little bit. Usually we have design, add a chart element. So let's say, yeah, axis title, horizontal will be concentration, right? Concentration, and don't forget the unit, molarity, and we have a vertical. Here we go, which is absorbance AU. Here we go, and make it bigger also. It's easier for your TA to see. Here we go. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much how you plot in this quarter. Really basic knowledge. You can practice by yourself when you have the experiment, and then if you have some plot like this, you should be fine. And also, I will send you something related. You can play with it. Have fun.